against us. Johnny Tapp.
Good on you, Darryl. Yes, the Alistair Clark Stakes is a $500,000 race for 3-year-olds, and it looks a match again, or is regarded as a match between the top colt Canny Lad and the top filly Triscay. Now, Triscay is trained by Jack Denham, whose colt Bureaucracy won the big race at Rose Hill just a few minutes ago, the George Ryder Stakes. So the trainer's in form. Let's see if Triscay is, as we join John Russell.
Lights on. They're off to a good start too, and Triscay, the filly, was the first to bound out from Sir Musketeer. Wide on the track is Canny Lad, and deeper still is Durbridge as they come down the straight the first time. Now, Triscay is not anxious to lead and go to the front. Slalom King as they approach the judge with a lap to go. Durbridge is out very deep, and now Triscay is pushing up on the inside to join the leaders, going out of the straight, followed by Norman Invasion. Eased in behind them is Sir Musketeer, being followed by Canny Lad, a length and a half to Big Dermot, who's second last, and the Strategist is last of all. Down the side, 1,600 metres left to go, and Slalom King is a clear leader by a length to Durbridge. Sitting in behind them, third is the filly Triscay. She's followed closely there over on the outside by Norman Invasion. They were being followed by Canny Lad over on the inside. Then is Sir Musketeer, followed by Big Dermot, who's second last, and the Strategist is last of all. They race to the far turn, about 1,250 metres left to go, and Slalom King is the pilot, led by a length to Durbridge, who's second. Length away, moving up on the outside, Norman Invasion. Triscay is getting a nice run on the inside, a length and a half to Canny Lad, followed by Sir Musketeer. Big Dermot second last, and the Strategist is last of all. 1,000 metres out, it's Slalom King in front of the Alistair Clark by a little over a length to Durbridge is second. A length and a half, Triscay on the inside of Norman Invasion. 2 lengths away is Canny Lad, followed by Sir Musketeer. Big Dermot is second last, and the Strategist is last of all. Down past the 800, Slalom King the leader still. By a length, Durbridge is second. A length and a half, Triscay on the inside of Norman Invasion as they come down the school side. Canny Lad is commencing a move, and they're followed by Sir Musketeer, followed by Big Dermot and the Strategist. They're racing up to the 600-metre mark now, and Slalom King is being tackled quickly over on the outside by Durbridge, who shot to the front. Here comes Triscay into the picture with a big run, followed by Norman Invasion, and deeper on the track is Canny Lad. Up towards the 400-metre mark, Durbridge tackled by Triscay, the centre. Deeper on the track is Canny Lad as they round the home turn, a length and a half to Big Dermot, followed by the Strategist. Round the turn, 300 metres left to go. Durbridge a half length to Triscay, who's trying to get to it. They're out by 2 lengths to Canny Lad, followed further back then by Big Dermot, but Durbridge is still in front. He's holding Triscay at the moment, halfway down the running. Durbridge is the leader. He's nicely clear. Triscay can't get to Durbridge. Durbridge is too good. Durbridge has won the Alistair Clark Crown Lager Stakes by a length and a half to Triscay. 3 lengths away, third Big Dermot, followed by the Strategist and Canny Lad. Then Slalom King and Sir Musketeer, and last home is Norman Invasion.
Thank you, Johnny Russell, down at that very important horse race, the Alistair Clark Stakes. But right now we're back on the Gold Coast, and it's Alan Gray still leading. Terry Fisher from the United
Hill, where the William Inglis Guineas is about to come up. Next Saturday, as you know, is the big day. The Golden Slipper and the BMW, and Ken Callender has in his possession at the moment the magnificent trophies associated with those two great races.
Yes, John, you can obviously see which is the Slipper trophy. I'll just my hand's just above it there with the Horseshoe and the Golden Slipper, and next to that is the BMW trophy. 2 magnificent trophies for next Saturday. But here are the prices on the Rose Hill Guineas very quickly. St Jude is at 2 to 1. Surfers Paradise favourite, $2.30, just less than 11 to 8. 12 Centro, 12's Lord Revener. The only other one in the market is Stradmore down here at 8 to 1. They're about to jump in the Guineas at 91. Here's John Tapp.
Well done, Ken. There looks to be one to move up, and I think it's Somalia. They look to be the all-cerise colours of the Woodland Stud Group. Now, Somalia looks to be the last to move up into the stalls, and they're just about ready for a start in the William Inglis Rose Hill Guineas. 2,000 metres. They face well. I can hear one of the jockeys calling out to starter Billy Dale. Hang on, Bill. Obviously, his horse is on the back move or has his head over into the adjoining stall. This is a crucial stage, of course, with a big field. Anything can happen. Races are won and lost at the start. Gates open, off in the Guineas as the flag comes down, and they'll be in view in a matter of moments, and here they come racing into view. And St Jude has begun like a bullet. He's a clear-cut leader and comes straight across to the inside rail to lead Centro. Surfers Paradise began fast, and he's up running second on the outside of St Jude in the early stages. Stradmore's in a good spot. Marine Driver's going forward 3 and 4 deep at the head of the others. Then is a Shot of Comfort as they sweep up to that first turn. At the head of the others then came Moville Peter. Out very wide is Mountain Rule, now making a surge towards the front. They're chopping and changing in the early stages. Mountain Rule has whipped around the outside to take up the running at the 1400 mark over St Jude, who wants to pull a bit now. Marine Drive on his outside, and then Surface Paradise, who's trapped out a bit deep at the moment, and O'Sullivan's going to allow the New Zealander to stride up and join the leaders as they go down the back. Now Centro got shuffled right back on the inside as they go down the back of the course, followed by Stradmore. King Rautai's in that bunch, and then Shot of Comfort, Movil Peter, followed by Count De Beers. At the head of the others, Lord Revener, a long way back at that stage of the race came Nightage, and back with him is Time Lord. A long way back towards the tail is Secret Sam, and absolute last now is Somalia, with Dodecanese in front of about 5 horses. At the 800 metres mark, and Surface Paradise is race clear, led by 2 lengths on Mountain Rule. In third place on the outside, Marine Drive. St Jude is bottled up on the fence, fourth, followed by Centro. Further back, King Rautai, and then Shot of Comfort. Stradmore flat to the boards. In behind those came Movil Peter as they near the turn. A long way back as Lord Revener with Secret Sam, followed by Count De Beers and Dodecanese as they turn for home in the Guineas. Surface Paradise first into the straight over Mountain Rule. There's a run between them for St Jude if he's good enough, and then Centro, followed by Marine Drive and King Rautai as they come to the 200, where Surface Paradise is the leader. St Jude's coming at him now. St Jude has ranged up to Surface Paradise. They've come away from Centro. This New Zealander's got a great big heart. He won't give up. He's fighting back. He is all racehorse Surface Paradise. Oh, he's good. Surface Paradise has raced away again to beat St Jude. A magnificent Guineas win. Third is Centro, then Lord Revener, Mountain Rule, followed by Marine Drive. Further back, Count De Beers. At the head of the others, Nightage, Somalia. Well back in the field, Shot of Comfort. And then Dodecanese and Movil Peter, King Rautai, followed by Time Lord and Secret Sam. And Stradmore, disappointing, has pulled up with the tail enders in the William Inglis Guineas of 1991. Oh, is he all racehorse? Surface Paradise had to be ridden upside down, with Lance O'Sullivan taking him to the lead 1,400 metres from home. St Jude looked to have his measure beyond any doubt, but away he went again. What a win. $2.30 and $1.40. St Jude $1.50, and third, who? Centro. Centro will be third, which is number 3, a place dividend of $3.20. Ken.
Yes, John, when they let him bowl along in front, no pressure in the race, run at a very leisurely pace, the Rosehill Guineas. And, well, Surface Paradise was going to be hard to beat a long way from home. St Jude got out in time, tried to sprint past him, got to about his girth. The New Zealander, I think, proved he was the superior stayer, and he's going to be hard to beat at Randwick. He held St Jude comfortably over the last bit and beat him about a length and a quarter. 2 pretty good 3-year-olds, Centro back in third place. The Rosehill Guineas trophy goes across the Tasman, and that's the story from Rosehill. That was Horsepower. We'll be back shortly with Motor Power at Surface Paradise on the wide world of sports.
Comes off, and then he loses the game. But through the chicane, Charlie O'Brien really going hunting now and looking for Alan Grice and closing it right up. This
league match on this afternoon. It's in Newcastle, and the home side Newcastle scoring 2 tries to lead 12-4 at half-time. Now some racing, and let's cross to John Tapp for Melbourne Race 7.
Good on you, Tim. And the race is called the Blood Horse Breeders Diamond Jubilee Stakes, a race for fillies. Ken, there's a New Zealand filly in the race called Lycra, who's been placed at her last 3 starts back home. And 3 runs ago, she finished a short head second to Surface Paradise in a race over 1,400. That's pretty strong form.
John, I've tipped her in this race, and she'll be very hard to beat. She's favourite, but at a fair price. I've got time to go through the prices. Number 1, Memphis Blues, is at 9-1. Princess Pushy at 11-2. Number 3, Deputy at 12s. Spring Thor at 33s. Remember, these are approximate, and they change from state to state. Natural Wonder is a 10-1 chance. True Maria is a 33-1 chance. 15 Hot Set, 50 Beau Sind. Lycra is favoured at about 3.5-1 or 7-2. 11-2 Rockets Galore. 10-1 Barberia. 8-1 Memi. Tashuti was scratched. Special Sculpture at 15-1, and Move In Line at 40. 4-0-1. There's 1 or 2 to move in, but it's time to go to our caller at Moonee Valley, John Russell.
Second of the last 3 starts, Hot Set. And here's Lycra coming up to complete the line. Lycra giving trouble towards the outside. She's reluctant to enter her stall. Beau Sind, Hot Set, Spring Thor standing well, Move In Line. And Lycra backing down the line here. About to be straightened up again. Deputy stands in well, Memphis Blues. Princess Bushy. Very restless Lycra. Memi in the centre of the line. Natural Wonder stands up well, Rockets Galore, Barberia. Tremoria Special Sculpture and attendance group around Lycra in an effort to bring this filly up. She's very stirred up at the present time. Will come up to the extreme outside barrier 15. And Lycra about to be faced up to her stall. Again, she pulls away from attendance. Racing on Tuesday at Sandown, 9 races. First event 10 past 12, Sandown Tuesday. We've got the Kilmore Cup on Wednesday, the $50,000 Kilmore Cup, and the RM Ansett Stakes, the $30,000 race featuring as the main event on the program at Mornington on Thursday. Now, the rider of Lycra has been forced to dismount, so let's see what happens here. But as you can see, she's very, very restless and not anxious to move up at all. 11 to 4 at the moment, she's showing. Bow Centers on the inside. All the other horses are well behaved. Now here's the hood coming out for Lycra, so we'll see what happens here. If this move is a success, Barberia stands in well. Rockets Galore. 8 to 1 Memphis Blues, 8 to 1 Princess Pushy, 8 to 1 number 5 Natural Wonder, 11 to 4 Lycra, 11 to 2 Rockets Galore, and a 10 to 1 number 12 Memmy. Now the hood is placed over Lycra, and this move may come off hopefully. Lycra Now let's see what happens here with Lycra. She's being led forward towards her stall. She's just about there. Now Lycra halfway into the stall, goes in, gates are closed behind her. So far so good. Lycra on the outside of the field, so they're ready for a start. Now Lycra very towy in the stalls, an attendant with her, waiting for the light. She settles again, light goes on, they're off now. And she missed the start by a length or so, Lycra on the outside. The first to get going was Hot Set in company with Move In Line and Springthorpe, Bow Cindo Deputy. Princess Pushy out quickly also, and they were followed by Rockets Galore, and just in behind them Natural Wonder. A bit further back going up quickly is Barberia, followed by Memphis Blues, and they were being followed by Special Sculpture. And a bit further away is Memory, Lycra second last, and Tremoria last of all. Around that first turn past the 1200, Hot Set has taken the lead by a length and a half. Move In Line is second, 2 lengths away. Princess Pushy is over on the inside. And they were being closely attended by Rockets Galore, a length and a half to Barberia, and a well-strung outfielder. Oh Deputy back on the inside, 2.5 lengths to Natural Wonder, followed by Bow Cindo and Memphis Blues, Springthorpe. Then came Memmy, followed by Special Sculpture, Tremoria, and Lycra last of all, about 15 lengths off the lead. Down the side, 700 to go, and Hot Set doing it well. A length and a half to Move In Line, a length and a half Rockets Galore, followed by Princess Pushy and Barberia. Then Oh Deputy, back behind the Memphis Blues and Natural Wonder. At the head of the others then came Memmy, and they were being followed by Bow Cindo, Special Sculpture. Lycra pull to the outside, commencing a move, followed by Springthorpe and Tremoria. Up towards the home turn, Hot Set by a length to Move In Line. Over on the outside, Rockets Galore, followed by Princess Pushy, Barberia, Natural Wonder. Mammy is looking for a run on the inside. Deep on the track is Special Sculpture, and Lycra with a big task ahead as they straighten up. Rockets Galore hit the front past the 200 and kicked away from Hot Set. Barberia down the outside, Special Sculpture running on. Tremoria from a long way back, but it's Rockets Galore well clear, and she's in no danger. Rockets Galore, she'll win it well. Rockets Galore's won. Princess Pushy, I reckon's run second, tight for third. Maybe Barberia from Tremoria, and they're followed by Hot Set, and back behind the Memmy. Then Oh Deputy, followed by Move In Line. A long gap to further back Special Sculpture, Bow Cindo, Lycra, and then Springthorpe, followed by Memphis Blues, and last of all Natural Wonder.
Well, the New Zealand filly Lycra was a big flop, and the filly you see well clear there is Rockets Galore, Stephen King, trained by Johnny Marr. She was the second favourite, and she won quite convincingly. Coming through in the centre with the red colours is Princess Pushy, who will probably grab third, and Tremoria down the outside in the lime green is in a photo for third, but very close for third placing. All I'll say is Rockets Galore first, Princess Pushy, and we'll leave it to the judge to decide third placing. That was the second leg of the Daily Double in Melbourne, or race 7 in Melbourne, I should say. We'll be back shortly with more on the wide world of sports.
Johnny Tapp is going to call race 7.
Good on you, Ken. It's the April Caravan Show Stakes, and that reminds me that Rosehill Racecourse will soon become the venue for one of the world's biggest caravan and camping shows between 6th and 14th of April. Anybody with the remotest interest in caravans, camping trailers, relocatable homes or motorhomes, this is a place to be between the 6th and 14th. Ken, not an easy race either.
No, John, a pretty tough race. Punters have settled on Post Elect, but I've got my cash on Livingstone Lane. He's at around about 6 to 1. I think that's reasonable odds. He goes well for Jim Cassidy. Let's hope he does today. Number 1, Livingstone Lane, is at 6 to 1, 10 to 1 from the Planet, 14 Spot the Rock. Prince Trialia is a 9 to 1 chance. Procol Harum was scratched. Post Elect is a clear-cut favourite, 350 on the tote. Just turned out to 360. Odds of just over 5 to 2. 9 to 1 My Red Deer out to 10 to 1. 20 to 1 Rancho Classic. Status TAB number 9 has come in to about 11 to 2. 5.5 to 1. He's a late firmer. 30 Mr. Exclusive. 40 Party Mood. 25 Greenback. 14 Snowplow. Whiskey George is scratched. 80 Sioux Chief. 100 Imperial Storm. 30 to 1. 30 to 1 the Little Count. And Autumn Dew was scratched. Okay, John, we got through them. See what you can do with Livingstone Lane.
Ken, I'll ride him hands and heels over the last 200 metres and hope he's good enough. Cassidy has the mount. And there's Livingstone Lane moving in right now. That big grey horse without a jockey at the moment is none other than Spot the Rock. And there's the jockey on foot running over to climb up onto the side of the gate. They've put a blindfold on Spot the Rock, one of the oldest tricks in the book, this one. Now, when they get that blindfold fastened, they usually turn the horse around 2 or 3 revolutions in order for him to lose his sense of direction. Although they didn't do it on that occasion, they decided to walk him straight up. Lovely, big, strong grey horse, a gelding. And as far as I know, he's fairly quiet and kind around the stable. And do you think there won't be a few race clubs with their eyes on Spot the Rock for a future Clerk of the Courses pony? He'd be a beauty if he's got the right temperament, and I think he has. Now, From the Planet and Party Mood are the two we're waiting on. For today, of course, he's got to be a racehorse, not a Clerk of the Courses pony. And he contested the Newcastle Newmarket last start, finished in the middle of the field. Prince Trialia ran in the same race, and so did Post Elect, and they're all in this. This is a good field. Now the starter, Billy Dale, is coming over towards the rostrum, and they're just about ready for a start in the April Caravan Show Stakes. They look good now. Sioux Chief stands well, so does Greenback. The Little Count, 1,500 metres. Track cleared. Starters ready. Stalls open, off and running. Prince Trialia missed the kick, and so did My Red Deer, and Post Elect began only fairly. The Little Count and Rancho Classic bounced out in front. Status is fast into stride. Spot the Rock began brilliantly wider out and pushing through towards the lead now is My Red Deer, and Sioux Chief is right up there with them, followed by Imperial Storm. Post Elect midfield between horses, then Mr. Exclusive, Party Mood, Prince Trialia getting well back in the field. Greenback at that stage, and dropping out to be last of all is From the Planet, and Snowplow a good way back and travelling wide. Past the 1,000 metre mark, and the big grey Spot the Rock shot to the lead. Status second, Sioux Chief is third, fourth Livingstone Lane, then Rancho Classic. Over on the fence is the Little Count, and travelling wide as Mr. Exclusive. Further back, Party Mood, followed by Post Elect, and then Imperial Storm. A good way back in the field as they come down the side. Snowplow, followed by Greenback, Prince Trialia, and back at the tail is From the Planet as they race up to approach the turn with 500 to go. Spot the Rock the leader, Sioux Chief second, Status third, Livingstone Lane fourth as they turn the corner, followed by Mr. Exclusive. Out deep as Party Mood. Behind those, the Little Count, followed by Rancho Classic and Prince Trialia. In the straight, 300 out. Spot the Rock is the leader. Moving to second now is Livingstone Lane, coming after Spot the Rock, and then Status, followed by the Little Count, and Prince Trialia out of the pack with a late run. But Livingstone Lane hit the lead, 100 out. He's drawn clear of Spot the Rock. Prince Trialia can't do any better, and Livingstone Lane is coming away to win. Livingstone Lane beat Spot the Rock. Third, Prince Trialia. Fourth, From the Planet. Then the Little Count, Post Elect and Greenback, Rancho Classic, Status, Sioux Chief, Snowplow, well back Imperial Storm, Party Mood, Mr. Exclusive, and last is My Red Deer, who raced lengths and lengths below his best form. My Red Deer. Livingstone Lane, the winner, did a good job under 57. Livingstone Lane, Jay Cassidy, 6.40 and 2.30. Spot the Rock, number 3, $4.20, and Prince Trialia, number 4, $3.40. Ken.
Yes, John, I needed that. It didn't get me out, but it cut it in about half. Very happy to see Livingstone Lane win. He shot to the front, couple of smacks on the backside, and he held off Spot the Rock, as John called it. Prince Trialia, the horse in the black and gold, come out of the pack and made a late charge. I held my breath for 1 second, but all was sweet. Gee whiz, this horse goes good for Jay Cassidy. He drives Livingstone Lane to the line, and he won quite clearly from the horse John spoke of before the race, the big grey Spot the Rock. There was a topical tip for second, and third was Prince Trialia. That was racing today. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back next week, of course, on Golden Slipper Day. Until then, thanks for being with us. A break now, then more on Wide World of Sports.
And now